A 9mm bullet, weight only 8 grams. But if it hits your chest, your bones can shatter. Yet a bulletproof jacket stops this same bullet. The jacket is soft like cloth, but the bullet stops. How? The answer is impulse. Force multiplied by time. In this video, we will understand how force becomes so high in a very short time that even a steel plate can melt. With examples from Ukraine, Iraq, and future wars. We learned kinetic energy in the last video. Ke equals half mv squared. Today we understand impulse. Newton's second law says force equals mass times acceleration. But in real life, we connect force with time. When a ball hits your hand, you pull your hand back to increase the collision time. This reduces the force. The formula is impulse equals force times time equals change in momentum. If the momentum of a bullet is fixed and you increase the stopping time, the force decreases. If the time is very small, the force becomes very high. This is why hitting a wall without stopping breaks it, but stopping slowly does nothing. Now the first example. The Kevlar jacket that saved soldiers in the Ukraine war. Kevlar is a strong plastic fiber. When a bullet hits it, the fibers do not break, they stretch. This stretching takes about 10 microseconds to stop the bullet. 10 microseconds is 1/10,000th of a second. Without the jacket, the bullet stops in 1 microsecond, and that force tears you apart. Kevlar increases time and reduces force by 10 times. But Kevlar alone cannot stop a 7.62mm rifle bullet. So ceramic plates are added. Ceramic is hard. The bullet hits it and breaks. The breaking also takes time, just enough to stop the bullet fully. A modern soldier's vest has layers of Kevlar, ceramic, and foam. Each layer increases time a little and reduces force. Pause and think. If the bullet speed doubles, what else must the Kevlar do to stop it? Tell me in the comments. Now the second example. Reactive armor. We mentioned it in the last video. Now we understand it from impulse view. Reactive armor consists of small boxes containing explosive and a metal plate. When an APFSDS projectile hits, the explosive detonates and the plate flies outward. This plate gives a reverse push to the projectile. From Newton's third law, the force on the projectile changes its direction. In impulse language, the projectile has initial momentum in one direction. The reactive plate applies force in the opposite direction and changes that momentum. This change happens in a very short time, about 20 microseconds. The resulting force is so high that the projectile cannot enter straight. This is why tanks survive. Did you know? Reactive armor triggers in less than 2 microseconds. That means it works in half the time the projectile takes to reach it. Now tell me, if a hypersonic missile comes at 10 Mach speed, will reactive armor have enough time? Now the third example. Every soldier's helmet has a foam layer inside, just like a car airbag. When something hits the head or a bullet strikes, the foam compresses and increases collision time. Without foam, the head stops in 1 millisecond. With foam, it stops in 5 milliseconds. This reduces force by 5 times. The same principle works in car crashes. An airbag opens in 30 milliseconds and stops you in 100 milliseconds. Without an airbag, you would stop in 1 millisecond, which would kill you. Now a mythbuster. Hollywood movies show that water barrels can stop bullets. In reality, water stops a bullet very quickly, in a very short time, so the force is very high. The bullet stops within 1 to 2 feet in water. But water molecules absorb the bullet's momentum in a very short time. This heats the bullet and changes its shape. So stopping a bullet with a water barrel is possible, but the barrel will explode. Now the fourth example. Soldiers sometimes jump from helicopters. Falling from 20 feet can break an ankle. From 40 feet, leg bones shatter. From 80 feet, death. Why? Because your speed increases as you fall. And when you hit the ground, you have to stop in a very short time. But if the ground has soft mud or snow, the collision time increases and force decreases. This is why people survive plane crashes, if the plane falls into a swamp. This principle is also used in spacecraft landing. Parachutes increase time, then retro rockets apply opposite force. Everything is impulse. Have you ever wondered why divers put their hands forward when diving into water? Hands increase the collision time with water. Tell me in the comments which other sports show this principle. Now the fifth example. So far we have seen that increasing time reduces force, but what if we make time almost zero? Then force becomes almost infinite. This is what electromagnetic armor works on. A strong electromagnetic field is created around the tank. When a projectile comes, sensors detect it and pulse the magnetic field instantly. The projectile is metal, so a huge force acts on it, destroying it or changing its direction. All this happens in microseconds. America and China are secretly working on this. Future tanks will have no external armor, just a magnetic shield. Think about this. If this technology arrives, will traditional projectiles become useless? Comment yes or no and why. Now the sixth example. The railgun is not new, but it is coming to real warfare. A railgun has two metal rails with a projectile between them. A huge electric current creates an enormous force on the projectile, accelerating it to 7,000 kilometers per hour in just a few meters. Collision time is almost zero, force almost infinite. Such a projectile will cut through any armor without stopping. The US Navy has tested railguns but not deployed them yet. However, China claimed in 2024 that it installed a railgun on a warship. It is the same principle, very short time, very high force. So friends, we have understood how impulse works. Force times time equals change in momentum. If you can increase time, force decreases and you survive. If time is short, force is high and things get destroyed. This is why bulletproof jackets save lives, airbags save cars, and reactive armor saves tanks. And this is why railguns and electromagnetic armor are future weapons. Now here is your question. Two bullets have the same mass and same speed. One takes 1 millisecond to stop. The other takes 10 milliseconds to stop. Which bullet experiences more force? The answer is the first one, because time is shorter. If your answer is the first bullet or 1 millisecond bullet, write it in the comments. I will read some names in the next video. In the next video, we will talk about pressure and shape charges, how a small copper funnel can melt tank armor. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Understand science, because science is the biggest weapon and also the biggest shield. Thank you.